invite all of you to stand and honor the family as they walk in this morning. Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat. Can I just say what all of us are feeling? This is tough, isn't it? This is going to be a hard few moments together. But if I can encourage us in something, if we're just willing to kind of embrace the suckiness of this moment, there's going to be good that's going to come out of this. Bull riders call it the 8 seconds of suck, the minute they're on the back of the bull. But afterwards, they say it's amazing. We don't like this discomfort. We don't like the struggle and the internal turmoil we feel. We just don't like it at all as humans. And but I think to deny that we feel that way is equally as harmful to us than to say, it just sucks. Man, this sucks. And we'll lean in just a little bit. I've lived long enough to start discovering that in the middle of really sucky moments, there is something sacred that begins to happen. And there's good that begins to come from it. And I just want to encourage you, if you feel like it sucks, it's like, okay. And this morning, here's the deal. We're going to cry, and that's perfectly fine. The emotion that you may not expect to have is one of laughter, but if you knew Sam, you laugh, especially at his laugh. And it's okay to laugh this morning. Laughter is one of those things that's going to bring a lot of healing this morning. And this is what I can promise you. Because the question we struggle with is like, where is God in the midst of all this? He's right here. He was right there with Sam. He's been right there with the family. He is right here with us right now. And this is what he's trying to do for us. The scriptures teach us that the God of all comfort and the God of all compassion, that he actually will comfort us. He will meet us in the sucky moment and bring us comfort because he is compassionate. His great empathy for us because he understands what it is to lose a son. And so just know that you can actually lean into that this morning and you can lean into the truth that God is here. He's going to meet you. He's going to comfort you. And what I'd like to do for us is offer a prayer for all of us. And I want to finish the family, because they're going to just show you amazing courage and bravery. And they're going to come on this stage, and they're going to tell you the story of Sam. You're going to see a slideshow, and there's going to be time for just an open mic, which is terribly dangerous. Nobody who's a part of a fraternity. But there are 2 mics down here. When the slideshow is done, you can come and share a story about how Sam impacted your life. And I'll have a couple of words for us, offer a prayer, and then we'll observe a moment of silence in honor of Sam. So right now, could I offer a prayer on behalf of all of us, and just ask the God of comfort to kind of meet us right where we are, to tell you that it's going to be okay, that He is going to actually get you through this, and that His goodness somehow is going to be seen. So let's pray. Father, you know we just don't like pain. We don't like to feel hurt. We don't like to feel lost or hopeless. Right now, what we are all looking for, especially the family, is healing from the pain, comfort in this struggle, and hope and peace. And so I'm just going to ask on their behalf and on the behalf of everyone who is here, that you would do what you actually promised, and you would be the God of comfort and compassion right now, who is comforting. And that everyone who is here this morning would have just a divine moment with you where they sense that you are with them. And Father, we do thank you that we have a chance right now to celebrate Sam's life in a way he impacted so many, as he reflected the light of who you are to everyone he met. Father, we offer this prayer, and we trust that you've heard it and are acting on it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hi everyone, I'm Madeline Phillips. I'm Sam's younger sister, and these are Sam's siblings. And on behalf of our family, we wanted to welcome you all here today, and thank you for being here today to celebrate Sam's life with us. Sam was born March 31st, 1993, making him 27 years old. He graduated from Granbury High School and received his finance degree from UNT. He worked as a financial advisor with Fidelity Investments, and Sam had the best smile and had the ability to light up any room he walked into. He had a deep love for his family, friends, and fraternity brothers in ATO. Sam will for sure be missed by all of us. Now cracks a noble heart, good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to rest, Shakespeare. Thank you, guys.
like me. My boy was just like me. How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh, how we met. I thought we could choose forever, but forever is gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. If we get to see tomorrow, I hope it's worth all the wait. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with our memories to bring the sunshine and the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with our memories to bring the sunshine and the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
All right, now it's your turn. This is where we have a chance for you to tell some stories about Sam or some moments that you had with him. And there are 2 microphones down here. And so here you go. We're going to turn it over to you for just a minute and let you tell your stories. Yep, either one. Either one.
Hi guys, thank you guys for being here. For y'all who don't know me, I'm Riley Wood. I was one of Sam's good friends for the last, 5 to 7 years. We shared a nephew, Maddox. And there's just a couple things I wanted to say about Sam. His passion, his work ethic, and his drive was bigger than anything. It didn't matter what his friends were going through or what he was going through. No matter what, he always took his time to reach out to his friends and make sure that they were okay, even if he wasn't. And I know there were a lot of times where I wasn't okay. And I just needed a friend when Sam was there. I know we all love him in this room, and we probably all have amazing stories about him, but I just love him so much, and I miss him. I wish he was here with us. Hey, thank you all.
Hey guys, I'm Clayton. Been with Sam since this tall and went to high school and college with him, so had a lot of laughs with a lot of people in this room together. I just wanted to share one of my favorite memories. Tyler, Jared, me and Sam, Dan take us to the arena and we all get geared up in our favorite football players' uniforms. I was Brian Urlacher, Sam was Steve McNair. He loved Eric McNair. But I just remember things getting tense out there a couple times, and Jared and Sam, every time they got mad, their favorite thing to say was, "You're not coming to my birthday party." So he was competitive. He liked to have a lot of fun, and he never left the room, never left going home without telling you how much he loved you, and everyone in this room knows how much he cared about everyone here.
I'm Tony Mobley. I'm one of Dan's friends. Dan and I've had lunch probably once a week for the last 15 years. In fact, I think I'm going to start getting calls from Edward Jones questioning my expense accounts. I think the best part of this thing is when you look at those pictures. Every picture looks like a teen picture. And everybody thinks that, well, these are all their kids. Well, it's all his friends as well. When you guys got up here, I mean, my first thought was, look at our kids, they've grown up. You guys stay close to Shelly and Dan and everybody else. The best part of this whole experience was last weekend, we stayed out of the way. And I'm not going to look at my son right now because I feel his pain. But going over to Dan and Pam's last weekend, and you see all these grandbabies, and you see all these kids, and you see what they have. And that's what every one of us wants. Some of us have it, some of us don't. Hug your kids. And I don't claim to be a minister, and I'm not even close. But hug your kids. I called both of my sons and cried like a baby. Wanting them to know what they mean, because I know what this guy's going through. I don't even know how to wrap this up other than to say, again, stay close to them, all of you, because this is the best thing you've got. None of this other stuff matters at all. This is what matters. And I know Dan's seen that. We've talked about it many times. But many of us are in a dark place right now. You just know the sun's going to come up tomorrow. And at some point, Sam will never leave us. Like I said, I always said Sam has the greatest smile ever. Do you notice? I mean, there could be a group of people and you notice Sam because he smiled all the way through his eyes. And that was awesome. He was a good kid. Even if he didn't know you before you left, you felt like he was your best friend. And that's a gift. He was with us a short period of time. And yet, like I said, hopefully he made an impact on everybody in this room. I know he made one on me. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name's Taylor. Went to high school with Sam, went to college with Sam, same fraternity. A lot of crazy, great memories. Most I can remember, most he can remember, but a few that we can't, definitely, for sure. The greatest memory though I have of Sam is just, after I graduated high school, I was just kind of lost, no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And he begged me to come to UNT. Justin Clayton over there begged me to come to UNT. Sam was the forefront of that. It's like, all right, you know what, I'll come to UNT. And then the next step was, hey, join a fraternity, join a fraternity. I was like, man, there's no way I'm gonna be a frat boy. No way, no way. He's like, come on, just do it. And he got me to do it. And now I have guys out here in the audience that I call my brothers for life. So I owe that to Sam. There's one time he started dating my sister, and man, did I want to whip his ass. No, but seriously, Sam was an amazing guy, amazing friend. I love him so much, and can't wait to see him again one day. So, thank you.
I'm Stephen Mouse. I wanted to kind of follow up on Taylor's story because I can remember the first time I met Sam in college. Jess had brought him over to our house for a party, and I asked him the stupid question if he had gotten knocked out, and he had some choice curse words for me. But then after that, just kind of stuck like glue, and the rest of the night we were hanging out. Everybody knows Sam. Sam loves to dance, so of course he got out in the middle of the dance floor, just doing his thing. And I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. But at the end of the night, he's trying to teach me to shuffle, and it was funny that Taylor mentioned that because I asked him if he wanted to join a fraternity, and he goes, "No, fraternities are dumb. I don't want to do that." And I go back to my friends who are living with me at the house, and Ian, and Francis, and Omar, and Johnny can all tell you. I was telling them about, I met this guy, and I mean, he was the life of the party, and he was living life, and just the greatest joy to be around, and we got to get him to join us. Like, I don't think I can not hang out with this kid. And, I'm 23 at the time, talking about an 18-year-old. That was kind of the man he was. And so, I'm dogging him for every day for like 2 weeks. Like, we're gonna hang out today. We're gonna hang out today. And finally, after 2 weeks, he's like, all right, I'll rush. Like, just leave me alone. and so we get him to join, and it was funny that 2 years later, he's trying to convince Taylor to be a frat boy. When I first met him, he didn't want to do it at all, but kind of over those years, he kind of embraced it, and he was kind of the glue that kept a lot of us together. And he was the person that could light up a room, whether you're sitting around watching TV or at a party or heck, even in the classroom. So he's going to be greatly missed, and we love him.
My name's Kristen. A lot of you guys don't know me because I've only been working with him for about a year now, a little over a year. We worked at Fidelity together, both in the same department, and everybody talks about his smile, which was infectious the first day I saw him, but his hugs were amazing as well. He was extremely competitive, and his work ethic was next to none. the way he was able to bring his passion, his love for helping people, and his passion for just people in general. He was extremely competitive and helped make the whole team a better environment where we worked and pushed each other. But he's gonna be missed. His hugs, he was my baby bear. He called me his mama bear. I'm not that old, but I swear to God, I'm only 7 years older, but still, he's gonna be missed. He was truly the light of the work environment. When we had to start working from home, I made sure to Skype him at least once a week. We texted the day that he passed, and the last thing he said to me was, "Nothing's set in stone, Mama." He truly was going to be missed because he was about to possibly get a new promotion. So I was upset that he was going to be leaving me that way, to then find out Monday that he truly passed really wrecked the team and myself. But he always reached out to me. I was out of work because I had my own loss, and he made sure I was okay. Even when he wasn't, but he knew the value of life. He knew how important it was, and he lived it truly to the max. Professionally, personally. And one thing that I will leave this on is something that comforted me when I had my loss. His wings were ready, but our hearts were not.
Hey everyone. Well, I was the manager of Sam at Fidelity, and now that Kristen came up, I guess it's my turn to make sure that I share a little bit as well. Thank you guys for the opportunity to share stories about Sam's life. A couple of things that come to mind when I think of him and his time at Fidelity were, and as I think back to the dancing, anytime we had a celebration in a team meeting, I don't think the chair could hold him. He was, moving about in a way that was very excitable and was contagious. And it made the celebration that much sweeter. He was my go-to. Should I have a new person come on to learn the business, to know what to say, how to say, what to say, he was very influential in that space. A couple of things, as a leader in the organization, it's common to coach and train, but Sam taught me a couple things that I want to share with you guys. And the first one is, maybe in the financial industry, I could say there's a prize put on intelligence and strategy, and Sam had all that. But what I took from him was emotional intelligence is a strength. He was good at that. The second thing that I learned from him was you don't always have to be the loudest person in the room to make an impact. He definitely made an impact. It didn't have to be the one that everybody saw in the moment, at least it worked. The last thing I want to leave with is his enviable relationship with his family. He was very proud and loved his family. And one of the things we ask is what motivates you to move on and to do well. And his main motivator was to make sure that his dad was proud of him. And I think that's a testament to the connection and relationship there, and I'm very grateful that he had that. And it's an enviable thing to have, and I think there was a great connection in that space. And so, peace to you guys, peace to the family.
I know I've already came up once, but I do want to share some stories. The first time I was a little emotional, but listening to everybody talk, I think it puts a smile on all of our faces to know what Sam left us with. And a couple of stories of mine is when I was about 18 or 19, I moved up to Denton, and you know, we're talking about UNT and ATL and the fraternity, and I owe Sam a lot because he introduced me to a lot of his great friends that over the years, you know, I got to get along with and meet. Jacob, Justin, Clayton, Taylor, Keller, a lot of people in the fraternity that I got to make a lot of great memories with. And, you know, even though I wasn't enrolled in school there, Sam always made me feel a part of the group. There was not ever a time where I showed up and I felt like an outcast, even though I wasn't involved. You know, he always invited me. I want to say they had a men's basketball league, and he got me to play in a game with you guys one time. I don't know if y'all remember, and I didn't go to school there, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. You know, I don't go here, but you know, he always just wanted to see his friends involved with everybody and having a good time, and that speaks volumes. And about the smile, it is absolutely contagious, and it can light up a room, and it can take someone who's in a very dark place and show them light. And for that, Sam, we love you, we miss you, and can't wait to see you again. Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Francis Ufamadu. I had the pleasure of knowing Sam in my college days, and one thing with Sam, I was always real proud of him. Just to see how he grew as a young man, and to see the moves he made and the way he would act, the way he had an impact on people, and just so inviting, so compassionate. Every time I saw him, I tried to give him a handshake first, and he just tossed my hand away from that hug. And it was a beautiful thing to always experience. He was a beautiful man. He was a beautiful man, great kid. Definitely looked up to him. I'm a little older than him, but I looked up to him because he just had a fire in him. And it was just infectious. You see him and you just want to be great with him and do great things. I had the honor of spending a birthday with him and his family one time, and you just see household things. It's something, came from something great. Came from something great. You could just feel it. You could just feel it throughout his days. You know, he was always reaching out. Hey man, how you doing? We're gonna meet up. And you know, I wish I was able to more times than none, but I was lucky enough to help her one last moment, and I was lucky enough to have one last moment with just me now, and it was beautiful. I'll never forget the day. Shout out to the Florence family. Keller right here. His dad had given Sam some tickets and hit me up. He's like, hey man, you wanna look at this game? I said, yes, absolutely. Let's go to a Baylor game. And drove, it's like an hour and a half, however long it was, but it was a beautiful journey. Got to just talk about life, just talk about how things were going. And you know, it was something I'll cherish forever. But one thing I want to take from him and live, and try to at least live off a legacy from him is just, you know, be kind, be courageous, leave an impression everywhere you go. I mean, I didn't realize it until, unfortunately, now, but he had an impact on so many people. You can only strive to be that kind of person. So I appreciate everyone straight today. I appreciate his family letting us do this during these hard times. It's not easy dealing with what we're dealing with, but I believe in your strength for the rest of your life. I believe in everyone's strength. I hope everyone has a great day. And love you, Sam.
I'll be brief. I'm Keller. I transferred to UNT with not knowing a single person And I was very nervous about that, leaving my high school friends and my 2 brothers. And one of my first few days on campus, I saw a pickup game of flag football going on. And I wanted to get myself involved, and I ended up joining the team playing against Sam and Nos and Ian and a few other guys. And I think my team whipped them pretty good, but Sam said, "Hey man, we live right across the street. Come over here and hang out." And I walk in there, and Francis is in there, and I see an ATO flag, and I was in the same boat as Taylor Dollins and a few other guys. So I'm not going to join fraternity. And I looked at Sam, you know, as this skinny kid wearing a tie-dye tank top and earrings, and I looked at him and I go, "Are you in a fraternity?" And he goes, "Yeah, dude." And I was like, wow. And this guy's in a fraternity. I got to see what it's about. And that, of course, led to seeing him dancing. And, you know, we lived together for about 4 years after that. And every weekend, you know, after we have a pretty good party, he would come by my room and be like, "Come on in." He's like, "Papa's got a spot for you right here," on his bed, and we'd just watch Netflix all day and drink Mountain Dew. Yeah, we all love him very much. Thank you.
So Francis, I think you said it. If you could have one more party, one more ski trip, one more pickup game, one more breakfast and a movie, you'd do it, right? If you had that chance with Sam, you'd do it. I feel a little robbed and gypped because I didn't get to meet him. I never got to meet him in person. I never got to hear his laugh. Some of the things that those expressions that he would make when someone he liked walked into the room. But I do think that if I had the chance, I'd sit down and have a cup of coffee with him and say, "Hey, tell me what you think about life." So what I'd like to do is just share some thoughts I put together after getting to hang out with the family for a couple of hours and just hearing them tell me about Sam and what he was like and some of these things you heard already, which just proves the point that that's who he was and who he is. And if it's okay with you, I want to talk about him in first person, because I think God created us as eternal beings and we live on forever. So he may not occupy a human body as we know it now, but he occupies a space in eternity right now. Here's some stuff I think Sam would tell all of us, and I think he'd be proud of you all on this first one. He would say, "Hey, have some style, will you? I mean, if your clothes need replacing, please replace your clothes. Get a modern haircut. Put on some clothes and look good." Some of you, I think, he actually would not go places with you until he bought you new clothes. I had to call the family, like, "Does this have enough style for Sam today?" Because I put my Captain America socks on, but I thought maybe he had a little more style. And he would say, "Hey, express yourself and have some style and help somebody else get some. And if they need a piercing, get them one. And if they need a tattoo, maybe like Pokemon, hey, help them out. Because you only go around once down here and you might as well have some style." And I think Sam would tell you, "Hey, have some style. Show up and be your best and look your best." I think he'd tell you, you need to live to make somebody else proud. You need to live in such a way that it would make someone else proud. Because you just never know who's watching. He would say, be respectful, work hard, play hard, compete hard. And this is one phrase that the family said about him that I loved. I circled it in my notes. He would tell you, always get up. No matter how hard life is, no matter what knocks you down, getting up and keep going is what makes people respect you and take pride in you. And Dan, you know this already. You've heard it from some of the boys that have spoken already, but man, he loved to make you proud. He loved the fact that you loved him and that he could reflect who you are in the way he did his life. And that says a lot about you. I think Sam would tell you, hey, you need to make people's lives better. Don't just suck oxygen into your lungs and go about living for you. Make them laugh. Have you listened to, you had to hear Sam laugh, right? I got to hear it on Instagram, and he had apparently this unique laugh that he always laughed, and you knew it. Make people laugh. Make them dance, even if they can't. And pull pranks and do things like, okay, we're in a building, right? This isn't the church. This is the building. The church is people. So I'm going to say this out loud, and some of you may gasp, but you have masks on, and nobody will know. If you want to make your life better, hey, maybe prank them a little bit and go a little jackass on them. I mean, what the heck, right? Pull a fake rope across the road and just see what they do. I don't recommend that today, but find something like that. Give everybody you know a nickname. It will make their life better. So let me just read some of the ones I heard. Mama Bear, Pops. Jody, I don't know how you got called Joseph. Jared, you got Jerry Bob Jr. There is a story there, I'm sure. Brandon is Brady. Drew, sorry, bro. Doofus. Madeline, I don't know what you did to deserve these two, but Mookie and Migsy. Pam, you got respect. It's Pamela. It's the formal. Rondello and Mad Dog, and those are just a few. We checked out. We stalked a bunch of you on Instagram and found out just about everybody Sam knew had a nickname. Some of yours probably aren't repeatable in public, but you had something because he made your life better and he identified that with you, and that meant something. So, man, figure out a way to be the life of somebody else's party and make their life a little bit better. Sam would tell you, love people, especially your family and friends that you just treat like family. How many of you got a hug and a kiss from Sam? Come on. If you met him, from what I understand, is you got a hug and a kiss from Sam. Don't let people leave anywhere with you without telling them you love them and how much they mean to you. One thing that Sam and Dan did every single Sunday, they did breakfast and a movie. That'd be a pretty cool habit to start. Do breakfast and a movie. Do something with somebody. Lunch every day for 15 years. Right? Do something with somebody like that. Call your mama. Tell her you love her on voicemail and tell her you just had to hear her voice. Do it all the time. Shelly did that for you, and you'll have that forever. And for Sam, family was family, whether they were his ATO buddies or people in a pickup game or his co-workers. No matter how they came to be family, they were family. And there's a story, Jared, I think this is with you. The guys were about 4 or 5 who found out you were going to be like step brothers, but you wanted to be blood brothers. You went out somewhere, got a knife. They cut their hands, slapped them together, and says, we're blood brothers. Y'all need help. Check in on each other. I mean, really. Don't put it off. When somebody comes to your mind, give them a call. Go knock on their door. Drive out of your way to go see them. Send them a text. You know Sam would tell you to do that. And he would tell you for this reason. This is a direct quote from Sam. Because life's too short not to tell your friends you love them. And here's the last thing he would tell you. Sam would tell you, lean on God. It was so cool to hear Dan bring up, hey, when was Sam baptized? He was 8 or 9 years old at a vacation Bible school at Active Baptist Church. And the story about Jesus made sense to Sam as a little kid, and he says, I want to follow that. And what I gathered from Sam is the dude wasn't very religious. I'm going to guess the most religious thing he did was organize his closet, practice personal hygiene, and dress fly all the time. But there was something in him that had this connection with God. And he has it even now today. His personal journey with Jesus started as an 8 or 9-year-old kid. And today he's continuing that, not in this life, but in the one with God, fully present. He sees God as he is, and Sam would tell you this. God is way bigger, way better, way more than he even imagined here on earth. The smile he has now cannot even adequately reflect the God that he is with in this moment. He would tell you that God will get you through this, so please lean on him. Because he is experiencing God as he is. The God of comfort and compassion I read about, that's who Sam is with and experiencing right now. Just because as a little kid, he said, hey, okay, I'm in. I'll follow. I'm going to get a lot of it wrong, but I'm still going to trust, still going to believe, still going to follow. Sam would tell you, look, you should lean on God because he really does have good things for you. This moment is sacred. This moment sucks. This moment will be with us for a long, long, long time. But in the midst of this moment, he says, God has something good for you. And the way he knows is that God who lost his son is now reunited with his son in heaven. And that God can get you through this because God understands the pain you are feeling. And he knows what it will take, and he knows how to help you process this and move through. He would tell you that it really is worth it. I think you said it really well. Life is not all about the stuff you can buy, that how big of a square foot house you can live in, the kind of clothes you can put on your life. But life is way more about relationships that we have. And the better relationships we have, because we can have a better relationship with God, and our lives can start making sense, and Sam would want you to know that. And here's where I get my hope. That all these things that Sam would tell you about God and where he is right now are true. Because what I've discovered is that the things that are recorded in the Bible, I have seen come to pass. And if they can come to pass in this life, then they will come to pass in eternity. And the only way to make sense of what you were going through, the only way to make sense of, okay, why God at 27, why now? Can I just say, I don't know. I know there's a lot of cliches, Christian junk out there, and I'm going, I don't know. But what I know is that if we're going to hurt this bad, we can learn some things, and the best things we can learn are from the ones that we're hurting for because of right now, because of Sam. We're hurting because he's not here. We're hurting because he's not present. We're hurting because we won't get another hug or a kiss in this life. But what I would say is this, that if you'll endeavor to take on some of the attributes of his life that affected you, your life will have the same kind of impact. And if you will lean into God with questions like, God, I don't get it. God, if you're really good, why this? God, if you're really loving, then how come? And what I hold on to is that God is big enough to help me understand those things, and he will help me find my way through it, and he will do that for you. And the greatest way you can honor Sam is to take the things that you learned from him and experienced from him that are all the best of who he was, and go be those things for somebody else. I think if you had one last party with Sam, one last Netflix binge, one last wakeboarding trip, you'd show up with your phone, open it to notes, and go, come on, Sam, give me some stuff. What makes you so amazing? And those are the things he'd tell you. And I'd encourage you to hold on to those things and put them into practice. And just see the influence that Sam has in you for someone else. And every day you'll give thanks for that. I want to pray for us. And we're going to observe just a moment of silence. And then I believe Eddie's going to come and give you some instructions. Father, it is an honor to get to stand in this moment. Again, we're just going to acknowledge it's been hard, it is hard, and it will be hard for some days ahead. but to realize that you were in it, and Sam's life to us was an unbelievable gift. And even for me, not meeting him, but hearing of a young man whose smile and his love for people and his just outgoing nature to include everyone. And a simple faith that started as a little kid, and a love that was ridiculous for his family. But those things, just learning and hearing those stories, enrich my life. And so for all those who are here who got to know Sam personally and experienced them, Lord, would you again bring your comfort and your peace to them, and then help them put into practice the things that's meant so much to them, that Sam was to them, so they could be that for someone else. For Dan and Shelly and all of the family, they're just going to need an extra measure of your goodness and grace. They're going to need you to be there when they are alone. They're going to need you to bring your love and your kindness and your mercy to bear. And we're just going to trust you will do that, and that you will use us as we follow up with them and call them and check in. God, that you'll bring healing to their hearts. Because you are the God of comfort, compassion, and healing. And we trust in you, and we offer this prayer in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Down No one